Hi, my name is Mike, and I'm here to show you our new cross-section analysis program called XSAP. It's a simple executable file that's compiled by vb.net. You can run this off a thumb drive. There's no installation required. You can copy it to your hard drive, whatever you like. If you wanted something at home, or maybe your work doesn't have a good section analysis tool, this is a pretty quick and easy, nice single-page screenshotable stress analysis tool. Here we'll demonstrate an example section. Create section. There's a list of various arbitrary sections. All of these came out of Patran, typical sections from Patran's property tool. There's a few more sections in there, a little more complex sections that I may have used in the past. You can input an arbitrary a boundary loop file from Patran or CATIA. You can manually type in any input boundary file you like. Here we'll just demonstrate an L section. Create the section. Then you can move the section to the CG. You can reposition this, rotate it plus 10 degrees, or rotate it back. You can mirror it about the X and Y, shift it vertically or horizontally. First we'll start with a typical unrestrained complex bending analysis, which utilizes the product of inertia term. Calculate. Here we have the elastic bending neutral axis. The section properties are listed down below. Properties about the centroid here, angle of the principal axis, and then properties about the principal axis as well. Next we'll do a restrained bending analysis. Maybe you have a stringer bolted to a skin, and the stringer is restrained not to move to bend in the plane of the skin, only bend out of plane. Here you can change force bending about any axis, simple bending about any axis, 45 degrees. Here we can go even vertically. Back here I forgot to mention, of course, let's calculate this again. The output properties, you're going to get the angle of the neutral axis, a moment about the neutral axis, moment of inertia about the neutral axis, max stress of any boundary point in its coordinates, min stress of any boundary point in its coordinates, and then user defined list of boundary points. You can input as many user defined points that you want stress output for. Finally, we'll look at the plastic bending analysis. Here in the plastic bending analysis section, you can list a material ID or label. It's optional, not required. Here we have the elastic modulus, the tensile strength, FTU, yield strength, FTY, material shape factor, grid size. This tool actually pixel meshes any arbitrary shape you have, and then iterates on the neutral axis vertical position and angle so that you have a balanced state of stress above and below the neutral axis. And that stress is a nonlinear stress based on the Ramberg-Osgood stress strain curve. Here we'll calculate with a pixel size of 0.05 inches. The green is the elastic bending neutral axis, and the yellow is the plastic bending neutral axis. You can change the grid size if you think maybe you don't have a fine enough mesh, and just compare your margin calc before and after. Here the margin changed very little, so we've probably got a reasonably fine mesh. Also, so the output here is your allowable bending moment, which the iterating tool finds, and then the allowable axial load, which is based on just the tensile stress and section area, and then here's a complementary linear interaction equation interacting the axial capability and the bending capability. So anyway, the last thing I'll show you here is some instructions on how to quickly get a CATIA boundary loop into the XSAP tool using their digitized, under generative shape design, digitized shape editor, or in Patran you can also, if you have read in a surface from some IGES file or other CAD file, you can export a boundary loop by selecting that surface in the Patran boundary loop creating utility here. Anyway, if you're interested in this tool, I think it's a great tool. It's pretty quick, easy to use, and has a nice single page for screenshotting for a stress report. It's $34 a copy, and it will be good for 2 PCs. You just email us at xsap_edge@hotmail.com. Thanks, and have a great day.